Why am I... Oh, there we go. Now it's picking it up. Second of all, why am I so bright? This is not what I want. Let me reset the webcam real quick. That might be... Okay, no, it's still really bright. I'm gonna have to get George to fill in for me while I go and just turn off my lights, I guess. I thought it was gonna be so dark. What? Nonsense. I have no idea what's going on. Alright, George. You're finally doing your duty and holding up the stream. There you go. Let me get the lights. That's better. Alright, George, get out of here. You're wasting my time, George. Oh, George is falling out of the chair. You know, he just hasn't been the same for a while. Why is... Oh, it's that window, too. Every window has to be closed. What? I need a better webcam. That's good to know. Every window. There we go. Now it's so dark. I'm becoming Voldemort. I'm losing all of my features. Can you hear me now, though? Can you hear me now? The webcam is even like a little laggy. I don't know if that's me or if it's... Anyway. We don't need me to be at 100%. Nonsense. Alright. There might be feedback for a second, because I'm going to listen to myself. So hopefully that's not an issue. Advanced properties. Let me monitor. Let me hear myself. Oh, you can hear me. Excellent. Wunderbar. Das ist sehr gut. Well, I suppose that's better than nothing. And, hi, hello. How we do? We have the same glasses. These aren't prescription. I bought them from the store because I can make them, they fit my fashion. It's so dark in here now. I just want to open this window. Let's see if I can tolerate this. Yeah, you know what? I'm a little... Guess there's just no such thing as light for a gamer. Who needs the sun when you just have the shadows of the mess behind you? How have you been, Loki? How you doing? It's been a little while. So, I have no news really. Just today we're gonna make the map for our world. I'm gonna get sweaty while this is happening because now all of my windows are closed and there is no source of air faker. I'm a poser because somehow I look good with glasses on and I'm like, I've never worn glasses in my life. Although I do have an astigmatism in that eye. I actually need mine to see. I find this very offensive. I have other glasses that do pose a benefit, not to my eyesight, just to like my general well-being, because it makes looking at screens easier. But let's be honest, I look great, don't I? I finished my summer job just yesterday. Like, you quit your summer job, or this is your weekend now, and your summer job is still happening? Also, good job on the summer job. That's... Why... Money is important, but it's summer. Enjoy your freedom. It won't last forever. The real sad face. Okay, so I found my map making program, and we're going to use that today to create our basically prime material. And memory to use, sure, you can have 2 gigs. I haven't used this program in forever. Alrighty. Continue using current version. Oh, you know what? Let's get the new version of this I'll be a minute while I download everything anyway, so... Tell me about your life, Loki. Tell me what's new with the job. No, I was a teaching assistant at summer school, and now summer school is over. Okay, I thought that you had the teaching assistant thing, but I couldn't remember if that was like, you know, summer school. Alright. So, what we are going to do is, gotta open up this program. I don't even know how well this is gonna show up in the stream. Gonna be honest with you. Oh. There we go. Hello. I am the best. Just made everything work. Also, those kids cemented the fact that I will never have my own kids. In this economy, who wants kids anyway? Okay, so, bump. True columns, generate map, width, height. Oh, so this is the height of the world. Want custom terrain. No, I need like 0 everything. Because we're starting from scratch. So, hex width. I think I'll leave it as default for now, but I'll go 80 pixels. Oh, burp. Excuse me. And import a map. Let me pop this over here. It's going to be in... There we go. Copy. Paste. JPEG. Yeah, change it. Okay, can we open this? Nope. So I made a map, and we're going to try to trace over it as best I can. So if I can save this as a ping or a JPEG, will be good. I sound a bit like a robot? Like there's lag? Or was I just being weird? Because I do that. I do the weird from time to time. I think my internet might just be really crappy today. Because, like, my face seems to be lagging somewhat, and it shouldn't be. Because I got a decent webcam. I got good specs. But my provider is awful. What do you mean it can't start the... Okay, I'll have an idea. Let's get it going. Bringing Foursquare to the recess was a terrible idea. They got it too into it, and there was a fight and a meltdown about it nearly every day. How do you have a meltdown about Foursquare? I don't even know how to play Foursquare, honestly. I've never done it before. Crop 2 bounding, but... Oh, I didn't realize I could do this. Fit page. Yeah, fit the page. Absolutely. And now I can save this as a JPEG. Oh, beautiful. Wonderful. This is what I wanted. Okay, now hopefully, if I can zoom in. Why is it default to the zoom out? Okay, image, adjustments, where can I rotate? Image rotation, there we go, 90, I was a fool. I was a fool to think 180 meant halfway. Okay, there we go. So now, we're gonna, boom. We're gonna cut that. We're gonna make a new file. Clipboard, paste, and we are Gucci, fam. No, it sounds like you have a robot sound effect on my voice. Oh. Properties. Let me turn my mic off and on again, I guess. I see what was happening. I had two audio sources coming from my microphone. Thank you, Loki. I would never notice that without you. You have saved me. You have saved the stream. Can you let me know if my fan in the background is too loud? Because that is my only source of any kind of cool air right now. And, like, is not going well. Oh, Allie is in the stream, or she was. I can't type in chat for some reason, and I'm playing GTA. Alright, well, hello Allie, thanks for popping into the stream. Okay. Gotta save this as, boom. Let's see, desktop. PDFs, Dungeonographer, Pangea. Needs to save as a ping. No, what do you mean? No, I'm trying to save the file. Oh, I hit open as, my bad. That's where I went wrong. Ping. You're good with the fan? Excellent. Oh my god, I would die without that. My goodness. One of the kids who played was special needs, and he felt like everyone was going for him. To be fair, one time 2 other kids were blatantly bullying him in front of us. That's unfortunate. You know, he's probably got a good head for, like, when he thinks people are coming after him, just because I'm honestly sure it happens a lot. I feel bad for that. Let's see. Let's get some D&D music going right now. Okay, now then. Let me know if the music is too loud, or if you can hear it at all. It's also probably going to get the stream killed, so let me know if that happens. Actually, I'll just pop this on over to here, just so I can see. Boom, boom, boom. Creating map. I haven't used this program in forever. I've got no idea how it's gonna work, but fingers crossed. This is not really D&D music. This is more like a rave. What the fuck is it playing? You know what? I should probably go and find, like, actual, royalty-free D&D stuff. 'Cause Well, this map takes forever to generate. Ooh, here we go, here we go. I think I found some good fantasy genre. This is just like meditation music. Okay, that's a bit more ominous. He's a really emotional kid, and how he expresses his frustration is roaring and growling like a dragon. Oh my god, I love that. Two other kids were laughing and making fun of him, and I lost my shit. Yeah, no, he's just clearly cooler than they are at that point. Okay, is this gonna make? Oh, you know what it was? You know what it was? Normal terrain. Generate maps. Because I clicked custom, probably. Okay, well, this is taking forever to load. What can I do in the meantime? I know what I can do. We're gonna go and research the 5e deities, because I have to decide... Oh, there we go, it's loaded now. Cool. So what I need to decide, though, is... Hey, Queen, what's shaking, bacon? You've chosen to import. Use the opacity, thank you. Gotcha. Use the opacity. Thank you. Oh wait, did it? Oh, it did create both maps. Yes, close the window. We're gonna do this one. I found my map making stuff. Let's zoom out. Can I zoom out? Where is my zoom out function? Can I zoom out, please? I would like to zoom out. I haven't used this program in a long time, so kind of thought it was that, but I guess. Tool glide. Click to drag a map to move it. Yeah, thanks. Thanks. Tools. Expand, shrink. We're going to show elevation, options, tools, configure map key. Configure hexes. Look, all I want to do is zoom out. But the plus and minus, they ain't working. Make child map. Oh. Hex height. No. Preserve ratio. Can I? Please. I know there's an option for that. I've used it in the past. Do I just have to hope that this works out? I told him to back inside and calm down and tell Mr. M what happened, and so we sat in the hall and drew together. Well, that's good. You're basically like the big sister at that point. Okay. What is the point of having a thing if I can't zoom? Like, what the heck does the plus do? All right, we're gonna try this again. We're going to Many islands. Sure, I want this to start as mostly water. We're making our map today. Well, this generates... Oh, that was much faster than before. Oh, there we go. Now it's got a map area. Okay, see, that wasn't so difficult, was it? Okay, but my picture is off center, so we're going to need to okay. Okay, negative 500 is what I want. For some reason, this isn't in the center. So if I go... Oh, minus 1,000. There we go, there we go. So let us... We're just gonna have to... Boom, boom, make everything into ocean. Hey, Dolphin, what's shaking? One of the kids who was bullying him wrote a letter of apology, and the other kid continued to be a little shit, so he's forever on my shit list. Well, burn him at the stake. That's how I deal with unruly children. I won't sing anything else, though, just because this might be used against me one day. I'm joking, obviously. Yeah, the next day I gave him a sketchbook to draw on and made it look all cool, so he has something better to draw on. That's nice. Alright, let's get this. Is there a way I can just increase the brush size? Shapes, symbols, terrain. No. Well, we're going to keep this all as deep ocean, and we're going to start our island from there. I don't know if I have a way of zooming out more, but basically we're going to treat it as each hexagon. I haven't decided if each hexagon is going to be a single day's travel, or if it's going to be like 5 days or something along those lines. I want it to be easily divisible, obviously, so like there's no crazy math, but I do want, this is like going to be the world map. And we're going to have a total of 7 continents. Or at least 1 big continent in the center, and 6 racially segregated islands surrounding it. Just because that's kind of like the origin place for the races. That's the idea. That's the lore behind it all. So once I figure out how to shrink down the overlay, we're gonna be Gucci, fam. But yeah, Dolphin, how have you been? And Queen, how have you been? I say this is maybe the last D&D workshop stream, because I've actually got a group together who are almost ready to play the game. So we're going to try to get as much done in this workshop as possible, so you guys will have all the spoilers for the world that the players won't have. And you can be like, you guys are stupid. Obviously, the dragons live in the bakery, because who doesn't like a nice toasty bagel first thing in the morning made with flame breath? Duh. I don't know where I'm going with that. Nah. I'd honestly like to work there again next summer, because I'm helping kids who are like me, made me feel like I was a kid that was worth it. Oh, that's sweet. Been okay, work sucks. That seems to be going around, Dolphin. Loki here was just talking about how work was great but horrible at the same time. Okay, there's got to be a way to, like, increase... Oh. Preserve ratio. Nonsense. We're just gonna... Oh my gosh, that is very trippy. I don't like that. But it's kind of doing the thing that I want it to. And then when I zoom in, maybe that'll fix it. Kind of. It's almost good enough. This is the most time-consuming part of the map, is setting it to absolute 0. I'm going to Europe all of July next year. Jealous. I'm still waiting on my passport to come in, and then I'm gonna just leave Canada, maybe for good. I've heard there's a program that Italy is doing, where they're just like telling people, it's like, hey, come move over here and start up a small business because we have no economy. And they're like paying people to move to Italy, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get paid to move to Italy, sure. I'll get out of this country, absolutely. We're on fire, literally. It's burning. There's not gonna be Canada next year. Boom, boom. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Italy doesn't exist. We were supposed to go. Well, yeah, that was my plan too. Honestly, I was gonna leave start of 2020, but the planet was like, everybody should be suffering right now. So how dare you make plans? Honestly, my goodness gracious. Okay. Oh, that's almost it. We're almost done. There we go. Okay, so now I've got to get my background image to work nicely. Dot in the center, please. Yes, give me my center dot. Well, I don't really know where the center dot is. Options, make line. Export current size as a ping, resize and export as select area, resize and export, upload quick print. Alright, so what I'm gonna have to do is make this smaller, or hex width 48 pixels by 42, true columns, true rows. So I gotta make this smaller, I guess. Since this is gonna be our center, bump, cut, new, from clipboard, bump. Okay, let's see if this one works. Custom terrain. Let's make these all 0. Boom. I only need oceans. Oh. Okay, I only need oceans because we're starting this all from scratch. Okay, sure. Let me... I don't know. Those numbers were like 59 or something. For this to work properly, each row must add up to 100%. Oh, I see. So if I do 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, oh, no, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, and then, oh, did I miss one? Okay, so there, I'm gonna do 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then that's gonna be 91. Okay, so 90, and there we go. Fingers crossed. Yeah, sure, I'll close this one because I can't, Let's do it. Okay, can I rant about my book really quickly to sum it up? They keep breaking up and getting back together. What's the book about? What's the book called? And I want to forgive the author because they're gay and I just enjoy their dynamic, but at this point, I'm over the will they won't they. It's like watching a show you really like. Okay, so... Oh, what? Okay, so the image isn't... Oh, I didn't import the new size, did I? Okay, and also custom terrain. How is there how are there islands if I erased everything? Oh, I see. Okay, so these do need to be 0 if I want all island or all ocean. Boom, 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 boom. And then that'll be 100. There we go. It's called Simon Snow, and I'm on the last book. How many books are there? Hey, this is what I needed! Woo! We did it! We did it! Okay, so, here we go. We've got our image, or we've got our island. I just have to move it up a little bit. If I do 100, I think or if I do minus 200, minus 500, let's get minus 700. Okay, minus 900. It's almost where I want it to be. Minus 1,200. Oh, it's just a bit too big. We just need to make it a little bit smaller. And I'll stop making this into such a big deal. Okay, boom. And then, doop. File, new. File, save as. We're going to. Okay. It's like Harry Potter if JKR committed to making characters diverse and LGBTQ. Alright, sounds like it's actually a decent book then. Alright, boys and girls, we've got our shape. Let's move it over just a little bit. I want it... 1,000. Alright, you know what? 900 should be good. Right in the center. Excellent. And I don't have to do much in terms of making things ocean. So that's good. So here is our Pangea-esque continent. This is going to be our main landmass for our fantasy world, the prime material plane. And we're going to start off in the frigid cold north, snowfields. Oh, burp. Okay, so what I'm going to do is first I'm going to make a line to kind of separate basically where the weather is going to vary. Because, you know, we're going to have our frigid north, we're going to have, and things get tropical as you hit the center equator, and then they get colder again. That's kind of what I'm aiming for. So I'm just going to find a line. Sure, let's do this one. So this is about where I want it. Okay, that really faint line. Everything above that, it's going to be cold. It's going to be icy. So what we're going to do, we're going to start mapping it out. Just get our lines done. Boom, boom, boom. And once that's done, I'm just going to fill it in. I don't really think there's a paint tool on this, so we are taking the slow road. But once the outline is done, it'll be fine. Remove terrain. Don't want that one. Oh, that's right. Default is the ocean. Maybe I'll like hire somebody with good map drawing skills to like make this all fancy for me. I just like the hexagons because they make it really easy to like gauge distance, so I can tell my players, it's like, hey, it's gonna take you this long to go and do this thing, so like just be prepared for that, right? Okay, we got some land there. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Because that's supposed to be like a little island, basically. Alright, we got some islands up here. Okay, so we've got that done. It's not going to be all snowy inside, but we're going to use the snowy as our base. So I'm just going to use that to fill it in. And then we'll kind of go from there. Boop, 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 boop. Now that I've got that done, I'm going to delete those lines. Back to terrain. Also, I just finished a book called Cinderella is Dead. A very good book. Highly recommend. What's it about? No spoilers, please. Oh, well, yeah, this is definitely copyright free. I've heard this a lot of times. I feel like this is a song from RuneScape or something. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to change this one here to a glacier. Because apparently that's a thing. So we're going to have this side kind of be more of a desert. Kind of a frozen wasteland sort of thing. It's the permafrost. Set in the town of Marseilles. Every girl lives in fear of the day she is chosen by the king to attend the ball. How often does he have balls? Is this like a King Henry the Fifth sort of thing? Or third? I don't know which King Henry murdered everybody. Okay, so I think a nice way to do this is we're going to kind of have this separated almost by a mountain range of sorts. Snow-capped mountains, absolutely. So we're going to do... And it's going to be like one massive ridge, because mountains, they come in ranges. You never see them just on their own unless they're volcanically originated. It's going to do that into there. It's going to come around here. Just a single. Just to add some variety and spice to it. Just along there, and you know what, this mountain range is gonna like scoop around. We're gonna have a valley, We're gonna have a little village in there. It's gonna be a nice coastal area to get to that section. Only way in. Ooh, brilliant idea. Thank you, me. So we're gonna have almost an opening here as well. For our players, are essentially, if they ever have to get, let's say over here, you know, they're gonna have a few options. Either really hike through the mountains and get past the desert. They could go through the frozen desert and have to deal with whatever lies there. Or they could take the long way around up to here if they have to go up for whatever reason. I haven't really decided what's going to be up there yet, but I like, you know, just variety and options. The ball is once a year, and every girl who is 18 must attend. It follows a girl who's determined to destroy the cruel rules she's forced to follow, called Sophia. Sophia is also a raging lesbian. They can attend another 2 years after that if they aren't chosen by a dude. After that, they're up for forfeit. Oh, so it's like an arranged marriage situation. It's not just the prince. It's like all the dudes, and whoever isn't chosen by the prince is basically auctioned off to the rest. I gotcha. I hear ya. Okay, so we're gonna put a single lonely mountain here and a single lonely mountain here. They're kind of part of an underwater ridge because it broke off. If I put the other two here, it makes sense with the island schematic. We'll also put 2 there. And we'll have 1 there. So we've got our little, like, speckled mountain ridge. And you know what? Frozen volcano. Absolutely. Let's do this. Big dormant volcano right there. And now that we've got that, we can start to, like, move our way along. So we've got our icy terrain. I'll just do that in there. Grassy hills. We haven't hit grassy yet. I want to find like a good cold one. Forested mountains, evergreen mountains. We're basically making Canada here, so we're gonna make our forested mountains, right? This is a really thick mountain range. This is definitely going to be like dwarf territory. I'll just scoop in along here. So we're going to have icy forests. They just go up along there. Dead forested mountains are gonna be along here because this is the desert. This is the frozen desert area. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody must memorize the story of Cinderella to have good values or some shit. So do we have, like, an evil stepmother and stepsisters in this one? Or is it just, like, everybody's terrified of it? Okay, so those are the evergreen mountains. We're gonna get some evergreen forests now. Those are just the woods. I'll probably have like a road leading up into here, just because it would be a route at some point. And same with this area. definitely a good line for the forested areas. It's gonna draw it along. And we'll get more tropical as we go along. I don't need that to all be forests. But this would be heavy evergreen. Except for the men, except for the gay men. Because they're gonna get, like, outed or something. Ooh, interesting. I meant Luke? Oh, unless you're a gay man like Luke. Okay, I gotcha, I gotcha. Let's see, my players are messaging me. Let me check something. Sophia is less actually Cinderella and more of a rebel against the story of Cinderella. Okay, right, because Cinderella is more of like a Bible to them, as opposed to... Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so... I'm gonna do this. Steppe fields. Basically, this is the frozen grassland. At which point, we're gonna open up just like that, and then the desert kind of is almost encompassed by it. As you get close to the coastal area, you're gonna have more green, just because it has more water. there one for plains? Grassy hills. It's not going to be hills. It's going to be a rather flat area. When they say she's dead, it's been like 200 years. Okay, so yeah. It's become a Cinderella Bible, a Cinderella religion. Another great book is Cemetery Boys, and I have a signed copy. Oh, damn, oh, nice. I never actually met the author. It was just the only copy that was on the show. I mean, do you take it? Why not? The book actually has some Spanish in it, and luckily I had been taking Spanish when I was reading it, and I could actually translate it without Google Translate. I wish I knew more German, to be honest with you. I would love... I really wish I could just, like... absorb languages into my brain without having to think about them. Okay. I need to draw the line for where the equator gets. I'm gonna do that. It's basically right here. I've gone a little too far, I think. Just gonna make this, boom, really visible line. Okay, so we're gonna start getting some mixed forest now. Just as the biomes become a little more lush. trees are gonna start mixed pollination, all that fun stuff. We'll put rivers and cities and stuff in afterwards for sure. This is kind of just like we're getting our layout down. Although I feel like I'm getting a little too horizontal on this map, so I'm going to try to spice that up a little bit as well. Little pockets where things just get cozier. I'm going to put like a mountainous ridge kind of over on this side. So this section is going to be our wooded area until we get to our grassy lands. Okay, it's time for some mountains. So, mountain range. Oh no, I did that wrong. Get our mountain range here. Boom, boom, boom. I should have a podcast where it's just me ranting about the books I've read. Do it! Start making book review videos. I've never seen book review videos. You could totally pull that off. Okay. We've gotten far enough down that we're definitely going to have some beach area, though. So I'll do that real quick, just so I don't forget. What is this? Wheat fields? I'll add that in when I know where, like, the farms are gonna be. Alright, we're getting our sandy coast now. Oh, you know what? So this area here, we're gonna have this be like the lushest of beaches that our players. It's gonna be absolutely tropical and beautiful, and it's gonna be just a gorgeous area. Okay, that's a lot of beach though, considering these things are supposed to take days to get over. Let's do that and that. A little bit of jungle just along the outside because it's going to be our tropical area. Going to be so nice and cozy and toasty. I love the beach. I love the beach so much. I'm better at reading Spanish than I am at speaking it. I mean, you learn to really read it before you learn to speak it, if it's your second language. So that makes sense. You could be my co-host where you just ask me questions about the book, so it's not just me. Very similar to what we're doing now. Do I have to have read the books? Because I don't have the patience to read, because I work a full-time job. The podcast ends when you finally read a book I've recommended. We've answered the question ahead of time. Excellent. Wunderbar. Das ist sehr gut. Okay, so since this is like our tropical jungle area, I don't need it to be too thick. Like it's gonna almost encompass, I guess, the plains would be more along the outside of things. Grassland hills. Ooh, yeah, let's do that. Just right in the center there, right along the middle. Things are getting hilly as you hit the mountain range. Makes sense. Okay, so these mountains, I'm going to have mountain ranges in there. And I'm going to have just a little snowy peak area. Jungle wetlands. We're going to have this section be kind of swampy jungle. Swamps of whatever this area is. Okay, I'll just fill this whole area with jungle. Some evergreen mountains here. Also, I know my name is Loki, but the book Loki Where Mischief Lies is one of the worst books I've ever read. Oh no, why is that? Thick jungle up around here. Jungle hills. Okay, and the swamp is kind of blocked off by some hilly jungles. That's how it's been kept from spreading almost. It's a murder mystery, but there's barely any mystery. Oh, I wonder who's causing all of these magical depths on Earth. Maybe the sorceress you banished to Earth at the beginning of the book. Or maybe it was meant to be more of a thriller? I don't know. I can't tell you what's going on. Also, I'm really liking how the top half of this map has turned out. I'm very pleased with that. Let's see, so as we get into the jungle... Just every character is so damn unlikable and forgettable. Oof. We don't actually witness any of the murders, though. We only see Loki investigate them all. Oh, wait, so Loki is the main character, too. Alright, sure, whatever. Let's see here. So I kind of want this to be almost a Dead Man's Pass sort of thing. Basically, it'll take you either to the swamp you can go to, and we're going to have like a little village over on this area, or you head mostly straight to the beach. Beach. But now that we're at, like, basically the main equator, this whole area is... This section here is mostly going to be desert, so I'm going to fill that in now. And then we'll adjust the outside of it pretty shortly. Just so, like, the terrain kind of matches up with it. It's not just suddenly a desert. We'll have it go out just a little bit here. You know, it makes more sense that the desert's going to be inland. And this is kind of like an area... this is ocean, technically, but it's more of a pass or a strait. So I do think it would still be inland enough that there is going to be a desert there. But I'm not really a geographer, so I can't say for certain or not. I don't even remember the name, to be honest. The only likable character was the Midgardian guy who had a crush on Loki, but other than he was gay, he was boring. Aw. Okay. Oh, coastal desert! Yeah, okay, there we go. That'll be perfect for this section here. We'll do that, coastal desert, done. Done, just along the sides there. And as you get into it, it's kind of a rocky desert as well, just because of, like, the catastrophe that happened that split off that thing. It's just a massive earthquake. And let's see, we got some sand dunes in the center. Make, like, waves of the dunes here. Let's see, do I have any other sandy things? Oh my god, cactus. Cactus! Of course, cactus! Okay, so we're gonna have the cactuses kind of lining the outside. It's the last vestige of real, like, plant life that you're gonna find. Especially along the coast or the water's edge, because that's where they're gonna get their most juice. Boom, 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 boom. Heavy cactus right along the water there. Absolutely. Have some there. And then they'll peter out almost as you go in. That's kind of how you know you've gotten too deep, is past the cactus line. Past the cactus line is too much heat, too much desert. The story is only mediocre at best. The only book I've ever really enjoyed reading, like, I've enjoyed reading other books. Like, I read the Harry Potter series. I did enjoy that before we found out J.K. Rowling was a bigot. And the series of unfortunate events. I read the Tales of Del Toro, which I recently found out was turned into an anime. Oh my goodness. And I read the first book of the Inkheart series, and I've also read the Dragon. I read the first Aragon. The movie was horrible. And there was a book called, like, Dragon Rider or something, but it was a kid's book, and it was actually really fun. It was an entertaining book. But out of all of those stories that I've read, my favorite book is one called Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. and it's about this, like, old man who learned magic after the world forgot about it, trying to kind of covet it and keep it for himself, but then he gets inspired by this other guy who just taught himself, and he's like, alright, you know what, we'll bring magic back. I think that's fair. And the story is kind of like, there's so much lore and world building in this book that it's just absolutely amazing. So it is one of my favorite books. Shrubland. Okay, so that's how we're gonna, like, start to edit this so it becomes a desert. We're gonna have shrublands. This area will have a savanna, because I really like that. That's how I feel about the Shadow and Bone trilogy. It has such great storytelling and characters. My one complaint for that trilogy is that there were too many characters by the end of it. Is that the one that, like, recently got a Netflix adaptation? Because I've been tempted to watch it, but it looked kind of silly from an adaptation standpoint. I was like, is this a thing? Some hills just along there. Some hills just in there. Alright, I'm going to start from the bottom now and make the cool area. And we'll work our way back up so that way we get kind of everything in there. Yes, but I was confused by the series, and I read the book, so I don't know how a watcher who has never read the books would keep up. I think they combine different book series in that universe. There's a Shadow of Bone, Six of Crows, and King of Scars. Oh, that would be a weird way to do it. Like, without following... They must have, like, rewritten it to have their own continuity or whatever they wanted. This one here will be a whole glacier. I think they cast it too old for the Darkling as well. He's meant to look like he's in his early 20s in the books, which is significant to the story. Does he, like, age up in the story or something? Alright, so this is going to be kind of like, it's going to be a cliffside island. It has a little bit of beach here. It's a small mountain range, for the most part. But, like, it's just an entire cliffside area ranging for days. The rest of it's fallen off into the ocean somewhere. And I'm gonna have this area be really hilly, yeah. Like, the remnants of a mountain range. They split off just along here. Active volcano right in the middle. It's meant to show how scary he is, considering he looks so young, but it's actually is actually very, very old. To show his power, sort of makes him seem sort of invincible, you know? Oh, like he just doesn't age, essentially. imagined him as a slightly older Tom Riddle from the Chamber of Secrets. Alright, makes sense. What do I want outside of the desert? I've honestly, I've never seen anything really past Canada, so I have no idea, like, how it's supposed to look. Like, what would be on the edges of a desert? Like, how long until it becomes grassy almost? I think I'm gonna head out. My brain is telling me it's time for bed. Good night. Sleep well. Hope you get some rest. I think it's time for me to save this and log off because I'm gonna meet up with the crew and we're gonna figure out what the first session's gonna be. So, have a good night. I hope you get your rest. And I'm just gonna keep working. Bye. Oh no, I just saw somebody pop in. Well, hey, if you're sticking around, I guess I can keep working on this. Let me see. You know what? I haven't done any muddy lands. I could have a swamp be around to this area, like a proper swamp. I'm gonna do this. Okay, we'll start off with kind of a marsh. This is gonna be a bit of a soggy area, though it doesn't make sense to have a marsh right after a desert. Oh, I could have, like, rivers separating the biomes and stuff. So I will put the marsh here, because I haven't done any of, like, the water work on this map yet. And then when I get to there, I'll do that. So we're going to fill with marsh. And then I'll swamp it up here. Get the more, and then we'll fill it with swamp. Because what I wanted to do is get like a nice fungal forest going on. A little swamp in the middle of it. That's where our Myconids are gonna live. Okay, so this ocean, deep sea, shoals. Oh, that'll be good for the beaches. Kelp forest. There's no river option, is there? Get the water in the place. I don't like that. I'll put shoals only along the coast of the beach parts, which will be here. It won't be everywhere. I have no idea what I'm going to put here. desert. We've got our forest. You know what? I don't have enough of the like, regular forest stuff. Or much farmland, to be honest, so... Well, I'll do farmland when I actually, like, put cities and towns and stuff down. So for now, we'll just do that. We'll get some hills in there for variety. Where are my hills? A little muddy section. Since this is basically my Pangea continent, it's the main center one. I was kind of hoping I could fit basically every kind of terrain in there. Lots and lots of history. Don't need lava. Don't need a lava place. Badlands. Yeah, I could have that along the outside of the desert here. You know, it's just getting rough terrain. I don't know what broken lands would be, so I'll avoid that for now. Some shrubland, badlands. Now we're gonna get back into the forest area. Now I've got to remember, everywhere I have lots of mountains, I'm gonna need to put some decent rivers in. That makes sense, because mountains, obviously, it's where the water comes from, rivers form through there. So I can't be too greedy with mountains, but I'm gonna put some mountain ranges here. Just a small one here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, our forested mountains. Is there an undo? Not feeling this song. Not feeling this song. okay, I'll do this song. Alright, let's get into heavy forest now. Some more like plains. Oh, it is starting to get towards the colder area. So I should start to have... I'll throw in dead forests when I have a bit more lore built up. Stippers. It's basically our permafrost area. Cold desert corner here. You know what? We're gonna throw a dormant volcano right in the middle there. So now we've got like 3 volcanoes on this landmass. You know what? I think this is where I'll put the dead forest. It's just in here. I need mixed forest hills, not forest mountains. Okay, so that's our base look to it. This is basically draft 1. I'm going to adjust it as I need to, but you know what? I'm actually really satisfied with that. Let me... Gotta change that up a little bit there. And it matches up pretty nicely. There is supposed to be an island there, but it doesn't zoom it out enough. You know what? I think this is pretty decent. And everything on the outside is going to be like deep ocean, so... there we go. That's our map for the most part. I'm gonna stop line. Just gotta select the line. Boom. And now I can remove. Okay. Oh, sea fill. What? Can I just do that? Terrain. So. Oh, reefs. When I need to focus on that, I'll do that. But for now, I'm gonna finish the stream, and I think that's a good place to save this map, and it'll change a little bit the next time you see it, but we're good. We got the base down.